Hello, teacher.
Hi, good evening, Min. How are you today?
I'm fine.
Okay. Okay. Actually, we were not able to finish last time the worksheet that you've done last time. So we're going to finish that one today, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So let me share with you my screen now. Just for a while. Okay. I hope you can see this one, Min. Can you see it?
Yes, I can see it.
Yeah, okay. So let's try to continue this one. So last time we were able to tackle about the grammar in use, which is the following. Okay? So we learn about the frequency. So when we are talking of frequency, what was that?
Mm, we talk about
It's the
how
adverb, right?
yeah,
Yeah, so it's adverb of frequency. So what are those adverb of frequency mean?
uh, talk about how often we
Yes. Okay. So the following, like always, usually, sometimes, hardly, ever, and never are some of the adverb of frequency. Okay? Okay, so do you have questions with this, Min?
no, I don't have.
No, okay. So let's proceed now to the other one. Now we have here a table. So what we're going to do would be, okay, for a while. Oops. Okay, just for a moment. Oops. Okay. Now the direction would be look at the chart and read the sentences. So write T or true or F if it is false. Now let's try to examine first. Okay, the chart. So this is Jim and he has four check in here, right? Four checks in here that maybe he drinks milk, eats fish, only three, plays ball, it's four, goes to the park, it's one. And then Ami got three, and then maybe Ami, okay, don't like to eat fish. He can play ball, okay, only one check, goes to the park, three. Roy, okay, do not drink milk, do not eat fish, but plays ball. Okay? And he can be able to go to park also. So we have two checks in here. Then Rosie has two checks for drinking milk and then four checks for eating fish. And then he doesn't play ball. And then goes to the park, only one check. Now, let's try to study this one. So if four checks, that would mean always. If three checks, that would mean usually. If two, sometimes. One, hardly ever. And then X would be never. Now, what have you observed in here mean? Such as words such as always, usually, sometimes, hardly ever, and never. These are all,
Adverb of
yes,
frequency.
adverb of frequency. Now, look at this particular example in this particular chart. So, how we use the word always, how we use the word usually, how we use the word sometimes, hardly ever, or never. Okay, let's try to answer the question in here. Okay, wait. Oops. Hmm. Oh, something wrong with my. Okay, let's try to up. Okay. Question number one. Can you read this one, Min?
Jim sometimes drinks milk.
Okay. Now, number one has been given to us because this one is false, right? It's F. Why? Because Jim
Always.
always drinks milk, right? Okay, so this statement is false. Number two.
Army never goes to the park.
Okay, so Ami never goes to the park.
Is false.
Why is it false?
Because Army usually goes
Usually, yes. So Ami usually goes to the park. Number three.
Rory never eats fish.
Yes, Roy never eats fish.
Is true.
It's true. Okay. And number four.
Rosie usually plays ball.
Yes, so
Or
Rosie
is false.
usually plays ball.
Is false.
It's false because
Because she never plays ball.
yes, she never play ball. Okay, very good. So we've already used the adverb of frequency. Okay. So when you say adverb of frequency again, it's the manner, okay, on when do you usually perform that particular action, right? Okay, so because when you say adverbs, I do hope that you can be able to remember when you say adverb. So adverbs are are words that describes the verb or an adjective or another adverb. Okay? So that's an adverb. Okay, next. Okay, what about this one? Look at the chart again. Circle the correct words. Number one. So let's try to look at the chart again. Okay, how are we going to do that? Wait, I have to make it this one smaller a little bit. I hope you can see this one, Min. Can you see it?
Yes, I can see.
Okay. So I have to go up that. Okay, that's it. Now, Rosie sometimes drinks milk. So number one has been given to us, right? Because Rosie sometimes, because she has two checks in here, right? So therefore, Rosie sometimes drinks milk. What about number two?
Number two, Amy never eat fish.
Yes, so Ami never eats fish. Okay. Number three.
Roy uh, sometimes goes to the park.
Yes, so Roy. Okay, because we have two checks in here. Sometimes goes to the park. That's correct. Number four.
Jim always plays ball.
Yes, so Jim always plays the ball. That's correct. Number five.
Rosie mm, hardly ever goes to the park.
Yes, so hardly ever goes to the park because she has only one check in here. Number six.
Army usually brings milk.
Yes, usually drinks milk. Very good. Okay, next one. Oops, would be this one. Now, complete the sentences now. Jim,
Jim
let's
hardly
try to go up again. I have to make this smaller for a moment. Okay, a little one. I hope you can see this one. Can you see it, Min?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Let's try now. So Jim hardly ever goes to the park. So number one has been given to us. So the correct answer for that would be hardly ever. So why is it hardly ever? Okay, look at the picture of Jim. Look at the description for Jim. Jim, and then look at the table uh, goes to the park, right? Or the chart goes to the park. He has only one check, so therefore we have to say hardly ever goes to the park. What about number two?
Roy sometimes bring milk.
Okay, so Roy, okay,
Sometimes.
sometimes is Roy,
No.
sometimes,
Uh,
okay, so it
Roy
should be
never, never.
yes, so never drinks milk. Number three.
Mm, Army, Army hardly ever plays ball.
Yes, so Emmy hardly ever plays ball. Number four.
Uh, Rosie uh, always eat fish.
Okay, so Rosie always eats fish. Okay, because she got three checks in there. Number five.
Army and Roy,
So Amy and Roy
Army and Roy never eat fish.
never eat fish. Number six.
Jim usually eat fish.
Yes, so Jim usually eats fish. Number seven.
Roy usually plays ball.
Ball. Yes, that's correct. Number eight.
Jim always brings milk.
Okay. Number nine.
Army usually goes to park.
To the park. Very good. Number 10.
Rosie never plays ball.
Ball. Very good. Okay. Let's try to complete this one. Okay. Complete the sentences. Okay. I. That means you, right? Okay, so
Yes.
we are going to use the knowledge that we have been learned just a while ago, like what are those? Like always, usually, sometimes, hardly never, or ever, and never. Okay, this refers to yourself mean. Number one,
I always drink milk.
very good. So always drink milk. Next, number two,
I usually eat fish.
usually eat fish. Okay, number three,
I usually play ball.
okay, and then
Uh,
number
I,
four,
I hardly ever go to the park.
wow, okay, number five,
I never play in the yard.
in the yard. Okay, number six.
I never fight with my friends.
Very good. Number seven.
I usually clean my room.
Very good. Number eight.
I usually help my mom.
Very good. Okay. So those are the ideas on how we are going to tell adverb of frequency. Okay. Do you have questions with this, Min?
No, I don't have.
No more question. Okay, let's move on to this. So in the communication part, so look at the words, write the numbers. Okay, we have words such as calm, fierce, gentle, patient, strong, and smart. Can you read them all, Min, before we have to answer them? Say calm,
Calm, fierce, gentle, patient, strong, and smart.
very good. Okay, what do you think would be the characteristic of the picture letter A?
Letter A is
Number?
fierce. Number
Okay,
two.
number
Yes.
two. Okay, why is it the lion became fierce? Because
Yes.
because the lion is
Yes.
strong, right? Okay, and then it has what? It has a sharp teeth, right? So therefore it becomes fierce. What about in letter B? Picture letter B. What is
Letter B.
this? What do you think is this? Is this picture?
Uh,
Okay, I'm going to make that one bigger for a while, mean. Ah, it's a, what do you think is this picture? Is this a
mm,
bird?
yes.
Yeah, it's a bird. Okay. What about the characteristic of a bird?
The thing is number three. Gentle.
It's gentle. Okay. But not all birds are gentle, right? Okay. Have you seen
Yeah.
an ostrich?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think would be an ostrich? Is ostrich gentle?
No.
No, actually, okay. But of course, most of the birds are gentle. But there are also some of the birds that are not gentle. One of those is an ostrich. An ostrich is considered to be a bird because it has wings, but it cannot fly, right? Okay, letter C mean. This
Mm,
one is
smart.
okay. This one is a, what picture is this?
Uh,
This one is a monkey, right?
yes.
Okay, it's a monkey. Now, the monkey is number
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 six.
6. Okay, you said it. It's smart. Okay, what about letter D?
Letter D is strong.
Okay, the this one is an ant, right? Oh, what
Yes.
makes him strong?
Okay. They can bring their
Their
object.
food, right?
They
Actually,
they can
yeah. Okay, actually, even though an ant is so small, but they can be able to bring their food inside their house, right? Okay, so it makes that ant strong. Okay, next, number one. Letter E, rather, of course, it has an answer. It's number one, which is come. This one are
mm,
cuts, right?
yes.
Okay. What about letter F?
Letter F is number four.
It's patient. Okay. Why is it patient? What do you think the characteristic of a spider is patient?
Mm, I think is their
What
patience.
makes it patient? Because he waited for so long for the food to eat, right? He's just making what? What do we call this one?
Mm,
It's a, what's this? Spider web, right? So it's just making all the time a spider web, and then he's just waited for longer time before he can be able to catch a prey that it can be able to eat, right? That's why that becomes patient. Okay? Okay, next mean. Do you have questions with that?
no, I don't have.
Okay, next. Letter B. Look at the picture, complete the sentences. Okay, let's try to examine first the picture, and then after that, let's try to complete the sentences in here by using the words inside the box. Ready, Min?
Yes.
Okay, number one.
Uh,
Can you read
the
this? The
the
goldfish.
goldfish is uh calm. Calm.
Okay, is come. Okay, very good. Number two.
The
The
man
man.
is strong.
Very good. That's correct. Number three.
The cat is gentle.
Gentle. Number four.
The snake is fierce.
Fierce. Yeah. Because look at this snake. Okay. Okay. Now moving on now. Okay, for a moment. Okay. Writing. Okay, now match the sentences to the pronouns, then rewrite the sentences. Okay, number one has been given to us. Fur keeps the squirrels warm. And that would be letter D, right? Why is it we use the pronoun them?
Because we have uh, the S.
Okay, because of our subject, right? The subject in here is the squirrels. So it has an S. So therefore it's plural. So therefore we have to use also the plural noun, which is them. Okay. Number two. Can you read this one, Min?
My mother is giving me a cookie.
Okay. So the underlined word is my mother. So what do you think would be the pronoun that we are going to replace with the subject, my mother?
Yes, no, C.
Letter C. Okay, what would be the best sentence for that now?
Letter E. She.
Okay, letter E. Not her, right? Okay, it's letter E because this one is a subject pronoun, right? Okay, not an object pronoun. Okay, so what are we going to use this in a sentence? How are we going to do that? She.
She is giving me a cookie.
That's correct. Okay, so the word that replaces the word mother is she. Next, number three.
You like Clever and me.
Yes, so you like Clara and me. So what do you think would be the word that we can replace with the underlined word Clara and me? That
The
would
word
be
that would be us.
letter F, right? So it should be us. Okay, so how are we going to write the sentence now?
You like us.
Very good. Next.
Uh, Wings help the honeybee fly.
Okay. So the underlined word is wings. So what are we going to replace with the word wings?
Uh, they, letter B,
Yes. Okay. So they, so what would be
help,
our sentence now?
they help the honeybee fly.
Okay. So why is it we answered it they? Because
Because
the word wings is plural. Okay. So it's many, it's more than one. So therefore we have to use they. That's correct. Number five, mean.
your brother is very strong.
Okay, so your brother is very strong.
Is letter A, he.
Letter A. So it's he. So
He,
therefore, what would be our sentence now?
he is very strong.
Very good. And last, we have
We like Emily. Letter B.
letter
Yeah,
B.
letter C.
Letter C. Okay, letter C. So that would be
We like her.
we like her. Very good. Okay, now read about Coco the cat. Okay, can you read this one, Mean?
My friend has a cat. His name, his name is Coco.
Okay.
Coco is very calm. It never runs around. He is very smart too. It watches the TV. Coco isn't fierce. It's never fright. It is not other
Other
cats.
cats. Very good. Now, let's try to answer now the questions about an animal you know. Okay, what animal is it? What animals you know? If it is more than one, animals. If it is only one, it's animal. So what do you think would be an animal that you know mean?
Mm,
Aside from we discuss what other animal or animals that you know.
dog.
Okay, a duck. Have you seen a duck? A real duck?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Oh, does it have a name?
It's no. It don't have.
Okay. But actually, sometimes duck can be a pet, right? We can be able to make duck or ducks a pet, right? There are some people that they are taking good care of ducks as a pet. Okay. Next, is it smart, calm, or noisy?
Mm, is noisy.
It's noisy. Actually, ducks are noisy, especially if they are
Uh, uh,
hungry, right?
yes.
Okay. If they're hungry, you need to feed them because they're not going to stop quack quack. Okay. They don't stop saying quack quack most of the time. Okay. Next, what does it always?
Is always scream.
Okay. And then what does never do, or what it doesn't do or never do?
Is never go outside.
Okay. And do you think ducks can fly?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So there are also ducks that can fly, but most of the time they're just swimming, right? Because they like swampy areas. Okay? Okay. Okay, so that's it. So you can be able to write about an animals, right, Min? Okay, if ever your teacher will require you to write, so you have to write, okay, about the animal, then you can describe first the animal based on its characteristics, and then you can also describe the animals based in their behavior. So that is how you are going to write. Okay, Min?
Okay.
Okay. Now, let's move on to this. Oh, we do have a lot. Okay. It's just only two more. No, three more. Okay, let's try to do this puzzle. Min. Complete the puzzles, find and write the secret words. So what do you think would be this one? Where are we going to start? From the
Okay.
letter F going there, okay, across or down? Oh, either. Okay, you may choose. Okay, what do you think would be this one?
Mm,
Okay, what about this one? What about this one? What about this one? Okay, I guess this one is
eyes.
yes. Okay, so we have to put in here Y, okay, and then E, and then S. That's correct. What about this one?
Yeah. Scale.
Okay, it's a
Scale.
scale. So S C
Um,
A L E S. Okay. Then what about this one?
fur.
It's a fur. Okay, F U R. That's correct. What about this one?
Uh, fight.
Again,
Fight.
fight. Okay. Fight. Now, what is now the secret word?
Is
WHU
U.
and then L and then Y. So what do you think would be the secret word? Are we correct? So W, and then after W would be H. After H would be U. Then after U would be, okay, SCAL. And then after that would be Y. So what's the magic word? What's the secret word? Woolly? Am I right? Fight. If that would be FIGHT. So that's H. Fur, it's U. And then scale, SCAL. So that's L. And then Y. Okay, so the secret word is woolly. Okay? Okay, next. Let's try this one. Oops. Okay, what about this? Of course, it's very obvious. This one is
X.
egg. Very good. Okay. So the first word is G. Next. This one is,
Fe- Feather.
again,
Feather.
okay, feathers. Okay, it's E, right? Next. The next one is this one,
Mm,
wing, right? Okay,
Yes.
WIN. Okay, so the next word is letter is N. Next, what about this one?
Strong.
Okay, strong.
Strong.
So the characteristics of that is strong. Okay, that's T. Next,
Gives.
kills. Okay, and that is L. And then this one,
Fierce.
again, fierce.
Fierce.
Okay, that's fierce. Okay, what's the secret word is gentle. Okay, okay, number one is woolly. Number two is gentle. Okay, let's move on in here. Now, write the sentences in the correct order. So, number one has been given to us. Fur keeps them warm. What about number two, Min?
Leo and Lily never fight.
Okay, so
And
Leo and Lily never fight. That's correct. Number three,
mm, Billy sometimes plays ball with Earth.
yes. So, Billy sometimes plays ball with us. That's correct. Number four.
Mm, the teacher gives us book.
Yes, so the teacher gives us books. That's correct. Number five.
That bird hardly ever squawks.
Okay, so that bird hardly ever squawks. Number six.
Do you like him?
Okay, you like him. Okay, very good. That's correct. Next. Circle the pronouns and underline the compound words. Number one has been given to us. He is the pronoun. And then the compound words, or the compound word is gold fish. And then there's another pronoun in here. This one is a subject pronoun and this one is an object pronoun. Okay, number two, Mean. Can you read first the sentence?
They are building a snowman with Earth.
Okay, what's the pronoun?
A pronoun is they and us.
Okay, pronouns are
Uh,
they and us, right? Okay, what is our compound word in that sentence?
Compare words is snowman.
Very good. Number three, can you read first?
We are playing a game in her bedroom.
Very good. Okay, what are the pronouns?
The pronouns are we and her.
Very good. What a
Uh,
kind of pronoun is we? Subject
is
or
subject.
object? It's the
Is subject.
subject. What about her?
Is object.
It's the object. And what is our compound word?
Is bedroom.
Very good. Number four, Min. Can you read that
My
first?
my mother is reading a story to me.
Okay,
Storybook
storybook
to me.
to me. Okay, what's the pronoun?
The pronoun are my mother and me.
Okay, the pronoun only one.
My and me.
Okay, so it's only my and me. What is the the kind of pronoun under my or the my? What kind of pronoun is my?
Uh, object.
Subject or object?
Object.
Okay, why is it object?
I, I think is object.
Yes, because okay, again, when you say object, what does it mean? Mean? Okay, usually that can be found at the predicate part. But in this case, we have the word my because the subject pronoun of the word my is what's
Me.
the subject pronoun of the the word my?
Me.
Uh-huh. Me is also an object pronoun, right? Okay, so it could be I, right? Okay, I, me, or my. Okay, so that's both of that are object pronoun. Okay, what about the compound word?
Is storybook.
Very good. Number five.
Give him the football.
Okay, what's the pronoun?
Pronoun is him.
Very good. And
Converse
what kind of pronoun is him?
is object.
Object pronoun. What is the compound word?
Is football.
Very good. And then the last one is
Beer. Beer is baking inner bread.
gingerbread. Okay, gingerbread. Okay, ginger
Gingerbread
bread
cookies
cookies
for
for
you.
you. Okay, what's the pronoun?
Pronoun is you.
Okay, what kind of pronoun is you?
Is object.
Okay, it can be object, it can also be subject, right? Okay, what is the compound word?
Is bread.
Again, ginger
Bread.
gingerbread. Okay, very good. Now, thank you so much for answering this one, Min. And you did this one excellently. Okay. Okay. Now let's move on to our new lesson for today. Are you ready, Min?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm ready.
Yes. Okay. For a while. Okay. Wait. Okay. What can you say about the picture mean? Look at this one. What do you think is this picture all about?
Uh,
What do you think is this? There would be snow, right? Okay. And then there would be water in it. And what about this one? Can you see this
mm,
one, Min? Can you see the
volcano.
presentation? Okay, it's a volcano, okay? But look at this one, a volcano that is in the
Ice. Ice. Snow.
okay. Yeah, in the snow area. Okay. And it's very what is one? It's very spectacular if you can be able to see a volcano within that particular area because it's snow. Okay? Okay. So moving on now. Now, how the question mean would be, how do things change? What do you think would be the reason how do things change? What do you think before we are going to watch the video?
Mm,
What do you think mean? How do things change? Okay, so you don't have yet an idea about that. Yes or no?
no. Yes.
Okay, now let's try to watch this particular video so that we can be able to know how things change. So we are in unit. What unit is this? We are in unit 3. Okay, for the moment, for a while. So unit 3. Wait. Okay. While me. Okay, for the moment, for a while, I have to skip that was one. What am I going to do with this? Okay. Wait. Wait. Can you hear the sound, Min?
Yes, you
You
can
can
hear
hear,
the
but you
sound.
cannot see it, right? Okay.
Yes.
Let me, okay, for a while. How am I going to play it? Okay. Oh, maybe I have to, wait. It's there. Okay. Can you see it, Min? Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, there you have it. Okay. Okay, going back with this Min. Now, based on the video that we have watched just a while ago, okay, what do you think or the things that can make everything change? So, or how do things change, Min? So, we observe in the video that we had the so-called solids, liquids, and gases, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Now, when we say solids, what are those? When we say liquids, what are those? And when we say gases, what are those? Now, based on the picture in here, what do you think would be we can be able to say that that is a solid? Do we have a
mm,
solid particles in here or parts of this that is solid?
yes, yes.
Okay, what is that?
Snow.
Okay, as snow, yeah, sometimes snows can become solid, right? It came from water, and then if it becomes frozen, so that makes solid. Okay. What about when I say liquids? Do we have liquids in here?
Yes, yes. Water.
Yes, it's the water. So example of liquid is water. Do we have gases in here or gas in here?
Yes, yes. Smoke.
It's the smoke. Very good. So therefore, solids, liquids, and gases can be changed. So all of that one can be able to change, right? Just like, for example, a water can be able to change into solid, right? Or this particular picture in here. Okay, there's a volcano, and the smoke that comes out from a volcano, that would be gases. Okay, mean so everything can be changed, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no, mean? Yes. Okay, now look at the picture. What do you see? What is the weather like? Look at this picture, mean. What
Yes.
is the weather like?
Yes. Cold.
Okay, so the weather is cold. Where do you think this is?
Uh, um,
In the,
Antarctica.
okay, in the, again, where do you think
Uh,
is this? This
Antarctic.
is Antarctic. Okay, Antarctic part of the world, because in the Antarctic part of the world, mostly they are
Yes.
having this particular weather, okay? That there would be a lot of snows in there, okay? Now think and answer the questions. So what do you think the things that can be changed? Okay, ice or snow
Yes.
can also be changed, right? It can
Yes.
be, it will transform into from solid to
To liquid.
liquid. And thus the liquid can also become
Gases.
solid, okay? Because if the water, let's say for example, in the water in that particular river or swamp maybe, or in an ocean or a sea, that would become solid, okay, because of the snow. So water can be transformed into solid, or solid can also be going to go back to its original form, which is liquid. Okay, can you hold water in your hand, Min?
No.
Yes, okay. We cannot hold the water in our hand. Now, fill out the big question chart. What do you know about how things change? Okay, in the video, it says there, solid, liquid, and gas. Okay, so that is why we are going to know all of those. Okay, now let's try to listen and with this particular audio mean, okay, for a while. So that is one track 117. Okay, listen to this audio mean, okay?
Page 28. Unit 3. Get ready. Words. A. Listen and point to the words. Listen again and say the words.
Flow,
Flow,
solid,
solid,
liquid,
liquid,
gas,
gas,
heat,
heat,
steam,
steam,
ice,
ice,
freeze,
freeze,
melt,
melt. Okay, so there you have.
flow,
Oh, yeah. Flow,
solid, liquid, gas, heat, steam, ice, freeze, melt.
okay, there you have it, Min. Now, let's try to read this one again now, Min. Say, can you say this
flow,
word? Flow. Next.
solid,
Very good.
liquid,
Very good.
gas,
Very good.
heat,
Okay.
steam,
Okay, very good.
ice,
Okay.
freeze,
Okay.
uh, melt.
Melt. Okay. Now, let's try to answer this one. Now, write the correct words to complete the sentence mean. Okay, number one, can you read number one first?
Water is a liquid.
Yes. So, number one has been given to us. So, this one is a liquid. Number two,
We put
gas or
ice
ice.
ice in
Okay.
rings to make them cool.
Yes. So, we put an ice in drinks to make them cold. Number three,
On a hot day, ice cream can
okay, remember, on a hot day, ice cream can, like this, melt or freeze.
melt.
It's melt.
Melt.
Very good. Number four,
We can hold solid in our gas in our hands.
yes, okay. Solid, we can hold that, but we cannot hold gas. Okay, next, number five, we
We
freeze or heat.
freeze heat cool water to make it hot.
Yes, okay. So we can heat the cold water to make it hot. Number six,
Water in a river can flow over stone.
yes, so water in a river can flow over stones. Number seven,
A book is a solid.
okay, a book is a solid. Number eight,
You can see a stream
steam. Okay,
steam on very hot
hot water. Okay.
liquid
Now,
water.
yeah, I hope you had able to experience um seeing a steam of that particular hot water. Have you seen that, Mean? Let's say, for example,
Yes.
if your mother cook food, and then you can be able to see steam, okay? Because it's hot. Number nine,
On a very cold day, water
water
can
can
uh, freeze.
freeze. Very good. Okay. Okay. Do you have questions with this, Mean? Do you have questions, Mean, with this?
No, I
No
don't have.
more. Okay. Let's move on. Now, before we read, are there any liquids in your backpack, Mean? Are you using a backpack, Mean?
Yes.
Okay. Are there any liquids in your backpack?
No.
Why?
Mm, Is liquid is in the bottom in my backpack.
Yeah, actually, we have to put that one inside a bottle, and then that's the time that we can be able to put that one in our backpack. But it's just only water. We cannot put that in our backpack, right? Okay, that's correct. What about what solids are in your kitchen at home? Okay, can you name some of the solid that you can be able to find inside your home?
The pan.
Okay. Aside from the pan, what else?
Uh, uh, the cooker.
Okay, a cooker or a rice cooker, okay, or a cooker, any cooker. Aside from that, what else? What about
Yes.
kitchen knife, right? Knives,
Yes.
okay. When we say, what about ladle? Okay, it's also hard. Then there are a lot of solids that we can be able to find in our kitchen, right, Min?
Yes.
Okay, now this time we are going to study the cause and effect. So when we say cause and effect mean, it tells, can you continue reading this mean? Tells
Cause and effect tells how an even event
event
makes another event happen.
happen. Yes, so cause and effect tells how one event makes another event happen. That means there would be the cause and there would be the effect. That means if you do this one, the result of that would be the effect, right? Let's say for example, if you do study your lesson, so what would be the effect? You can be able to what? You can be able to get a high grade if you do study your lesson most of the time, right, Min?
Yes.
Okay, another example of a cause and effect. Let's say, for example, you were able to, um, what is one? You were able to plant, okay, a tree, right, in your backyard. And then that would be, what would be the effect if you are going to water that plants or plant every day? So the plant will going to grow,
Grow.
right? Okay, so that would be the cause and effect. Now, specifically, cause is why something happens, and the effect is what happens after the cause. So there must be a cause first, and then after the cause, there would be an effect. Okay? Oh, it's there. Our example. Cause, I water the plants, and the effect would be
Grow.
they grow. Next, the
The
ice cream.
ice cream is in the sun.
So what's the effect? Because the ice cream is in the sun.
It melt.
It melts. Very good. Okay, another example. If you are hungry and then you eat, the cause would be I eat my breakfast maybe or I eat a meal. Okay, so what would be the effect? Because you eat your meal. What will be the
Food.
effect mean?
Food.
Okay, so
Food.
you are now full. You are not now hungry, right?
Yes.
Okay, what else? Can you give me a situation that is um that has the cause and effect mean? Can you give me a situation? Okay, give me a cause first. Okay,
Uh,
can you tell me?
I do my homework. The effect is my teacher won't be punish me.
Okay, if you are not going to do your homework, so what would be the effect? You will be punished by your teach her, right? Oh, that's why you have to do your homework, okay? Okay, so that you will not be punished, okay, Min? Okay, okay. Aside from those that we had mentioned, what else? Cause and effect. Okay, if you are thirsty, okay, then you have to drink water, right? Because you are thirsty. Now, that would be the cause. What would be the effect?
I won't be thirsty more.
Okay, so you cannot be thirsty anymore because you already drank water, right? Okay,
Yes,
so do you understand now what's the concept of cause and effect?
yes,
Okay, again, it could is it possible to have the effect first before the cause?
no,
No, it should be. Remember, always mean it should be cause first. Because in that particular cause, again, when we say cause, why something happens. And then after the cause, there would be an effect. Did you got it, Min?
yes.
Okay, now let's try to do this one. So read the sentences in here, match the causes and the effects. Okay, let's try to read this first. Can you read this, Min?
In the winter is sometimes cool and rainy. When it's very cold, it snows. When there is a lot of snow, children don't go to school.
Mm-hmm.
They stay home and they are happy.
Okay.
In winter, there, there's often ice on the streets, and sometimes people sleep and fall.
Yes. So sometimes people might slip and fall. Okay. Cause would be like this, or cause are all of this, and then effect would be this one. Okay. Number one has been given to us. It's very cold, and the effect would be its nose. What about number two mean?
The cause
There's
is
a lot of snow.
the effect is sometimes people fall.
Yes. So that's letter A. Sometimes people fall because it's slippery, right? Next, number three.
Children stay at home effect is they are happy.
Yes. So when the children are staying at home, they're happy. Number four.
There is often ice on the street.
So therefore, the effect would be
I think
children.
mm, I think number two is children don't go to school, and number four is sometimes people fall.
Yeah, so we have to exchange that one, okay? But it can also be like that. It can also be correct when we say there's a lot of snow, so sometimes people fall, right? Okay.
Yes,
We can also answer that one. Okay, but of course, in this particular passage in here that we read, of course, this would be the correct one. Okay, so there's often an ice on the streets, and sometimes people fall, and there's a lot of snow. Therefore, children don't go to school. Okay, Min? Okay, now it's about time for us to say goodbye again because it's already time in. Okay, so we are going to stop our lesson in here and we're going to continue this one next Friday. Okay, do you have questions, Min?
now I don't have.
No more questions. Okay, so for that, thank you so much for your time. Have a nice day and good night, Min. Bye.
Bye, teacher.
Okay.